Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another video. So I've made a few videos where I've chosen which car we're gonna choose. Like I chose the Ford Mustang in the GT4s, the Corvette in the GT3s. So today we're going to be choosing our hypercar. I've never driven a hypercar in this game at all. I have no clue what to expect. I have driven the BMW hypercar in iRacing, but not very much. I don't really do hypercars, but we obviously want to test them. We want to see which one best suits our driving style, and then obviously if and when we are going to be racing these cars, that is the car I will use for my setups. So I'm not going to test them all, there's too many. I'm definitely having a look at the Acura. I have driven this in iRacing and it's a very stable car, that's why I've chosen it. I definitely want to do the BMW, the Cadillac, the Lamborghini and the Porsche. And then as a sixth alternative, I've chosen the Aston Martin. So the Aston Martin, I know everybody goes on about the sound. To me, it's an ugly car. When I actually watch it on TV, it's not a very nice looking car. I don't think so. So anyway, so these are our six cars we're going to choose. I think we're going to start off with the Porsche. So let's get in the Porsche and let's see. I've actually chosen San Marino again because we've done all of our testing at San Marino. So the alternative was to go to Spa because it's obviously a much faster car, but I just thought we've done all our other testing here. This is a very good circuit for testing. It's got high-speed corners, it's got long straights, it's got tight corners, it's got uphills, it's got downhills. So as per normal, we're just going to go and change 24. Just going to change this. We're going to leave it stock standard. Save setup. I'm just going to use this as the baseline. So it's just a test to see which ones I'm the most comfortable driving, which ones I get the best time. So what's going on now? Yes, you might want to start, buddy. As you can see, I don't really drive the hypercars. Why has it got so much power? You can't accelerate. Maybe it's because it's a Porsche, and we all know my history with Porsches. This is crazy. This is like, it's actually almost undrivable. So, to be honest, if this is what these cars were like in real life, there would be no racing drivers. They'd all be dead. This is freaking nuts. Okay, whoa, what's going on with the steering wheel? There's no ways you can drive a car like this in real life. I can't even control the wheel. I mean, look at this. It's freaking nuts. Okay. I'm not even going to go any further with this. There's just no point. There's absolutely no ways I'm driving that. Okay. Let's go change the car. I want to put the Aston Martin in next because it's also my least. Okay, vehicle setup, let's go do the same. Okay, 1.24. Save setup. Okay, let's see what these are like. Am I supposed to do something? Why does it keep doing this?
Clear the gates.
This car really does sound nice. It's easier to drive than the Porsche. My steering wheel's stable, it's not going left to right all the time. So why has this car got no energy? Oh yeah, it's the V12. It doesn't have an electric battery, does it? Let's see what my steering wheel does. Is my steering wheel stable? Yes, my steering wheel's stable. Not like the Porsche. My steering wheel's much more stable. Well, this car is actually drivable. So this car is actually drivable. The Porsche is just completely undrivable. Well, this car is drivable. I actually thought all the hypercars were going to be like the Porsche. Okay. Okay, let's try and get a couple hot laps in here. Okay, I'll try to get on the gas a little bit early. Okay. The steering wheel's nice and stable. So this car is actually drivable. This is like, I just need to learn the braking points and which gear you got to go through the corners on. But this car is 100% drivable. The Porsche was just not, which is very typical of my experience with Porsches. Okay, I need to brake a bit earlier there. Let's go, Steven. It feels very nice. The wheel's very stable. It feels actually very nice to drive. At least we can drive this car. It sounds very nice. Go do one more lap. That's better. This car's actually nice to drive. I'd have to bring the cockpit more towards me. I'm sitting in the back seat at the moment. No off tracks, please, thank you. This car's fun to drive, actually. This car's very nice to drive. We lost a lot of time. We're still up though. We're up by over a second still. So I made a mistake there. Oh, we lost all our time. Okay, that's fine. Okay. We know where we're going with that. Okay. Quit. So that was a 140 point something, but I'm not too bothered about the lap times. It's just about how the car handles. So that the next car I think we're going to choose is going to be the BMW. So this is the hypercar that I know. I want to do the Alpine, the Acura last, because that's the one that I drove once in iRacing when it was down for maintenance, and it actually drove very well. Okay. My word. Come guys. So this car I actually own in iRacing. I never drive it though. I just don't like the hypercars really.
Clear.
Oh, hold on. Return to pit. Okay. Vehicle setup. 1.24 12 save setup baseline. Okay, back, drive. Okay, let's go. That's fine, buddy. We definitely need to go forward with our cockpit, but not on the test. They're all going to be the same. I can't drive sitting so far back. I can already feel the BMW is my car of choice so far. I like the way it handles, I like the way it drives, I like the way it sounds. My steering wheel's not getting thrown around left to right like I did with a Porsche. Let's go. Let's see. The steering wheel's nice and stable. But Porsche was terrible. So this car feels very nice and stable. It's just got to be careful putting your power down. The car wants to spin every time you put your foot down. But it turns very nicely through the corners like that. So I'm obviously not very smooth with the car right now because I don't really know it. That's what I meant. You put your foot down and the car just wants to slide. Just got to be careful over that bump. When you are coming out the corners, the car, but that's the diff. That's fixed, that you can fix. But I like the way it turns. Much better.
Car sounds great.
Yes, it does, buddy. Went too deep in the corner. So this car's a lot more oversteery on corner exit than the other one, than the Aston Martin. But it feels better on corner entry. It just feels, for me, it feels a bit more stable on corner entry, but more unstable on corner exit. Let's go do one more lap. Let's go do one more lap. It's like you can feel the car wanting to spin, and then you just got to hook it into third gear, and that kind of straightens it. So it feels a lot more stable going through there, trail braking through there. It's a lot more stable. But it's like you can't put your foot down and actually have the wheel turning. It's got to be 100% flat, straight. So this is going to be a 139.
Sometimes I'm finding more aero is better than less. If it's skating around on you, there's no harm.
Yes, buddy, but this is just a test. Don't stress. So the BMW, it's okay. Obviously, I'm getting more used to driving the hypercars, but the overall feel of that car is good. Okay, so what was the other cars? I want to do the Cadillac. Let's go into the Cadillac. So yeah. So the Porsche is just out the question. There's just no way I'm going to drive that. But I can't drive any Porsche, so it really doesn't matter. The Aston Martin felt better under acceleration. The BMW felt better on corner entry, if that makes sense. What are we doing? 1, 2, 4. So this car is apparently really nice to drive. So we'll see now. Oh, here we go. Okay, what's the procedure here, guys? Oh, it feels like I'm sitting further forward in the car, which I like. Whoa. I don't like the sound of this car. It sounds like a NASCAR. So do we really need to have two mirrors directly over each other in the top right? I feel like I'm driving a tank, not a racing car. But it seems quite stable. Maybe it's actually very fast. So this car is actually very neutral how it handles. It's actually really nice. Surprising actually. You can trail brake nicely through there. The wheel's stable. Quite sharp on the brakes. It doesn't want to step out like the BMW. You can feed the power in a little bit faster. I think this is going to be a fast car to drive, fast lap time. It's actually a very nice car to drive. So this car's actually surprised me. It wasn't a contender when I initially had it on my list. It's a very nice car to drive. The car doesn't step out as much as the BMW. It definitely stepped out there. Oh, I went too deep. Okay, let's go do 1 or 2 more laps. I want this next one to count. This car is actually surprising me. I think this is the car. I think this is the, oh, track limit. Okay, we'll go down and do one more lap. I don't know why I got a track limits warning there. Okay, let's go. This is our last lap. Oh, I thought I lost time there. We're on for our fastest lap time. Please no off tracks. This is going to be our fastest lap time. Oh, we lost a bit of time there, didn't we? That's our fastest lap time. I think this is the car. We can't deny that. That is the car. It wasn't my first choice. Okay, so we've got 2 cars left. I'm saving the Alpine for last. That's the one I wanted to actually, not the Alpine, the Acura. Okay, because the Alpine is the Acura. They're the same car. Where's this Lambo? For some reason, this was the car I wanted to drive the most. I can't tell you why. It's got nothing to do because it's the like cover shot. But when the LMDHs or whatever, the hypercars were in effect, and I saw this Lambo, this was the one I really liked the most. Just having a look at it. And it's weird because I don't drive the Lambo in any of the GT3s or the GT4s. But in the hypercar, the front of this car just looks fantastic, and it's the car I wanted to drive the most. Okay. Let's go. Come on, Steven. Oh. Oh, that's my kind of car. Whoa. Oh, that's way too much. I can already tell you there's no way. This car wants to kill me. Okay. Maybe that was just cold tires. This car just wants to kill me. I mean, obviously you can probably tune a lot of it out with the setup. It gears down a lot sharper than the other cars. The other car you have to pause between the gears. This one's like immediate. This car sounds like a racing car. This is it's just too loose. It's just too loose. Whoa. Okay, let's see if we can do some laps in it. I mean, it sounds like a real racing car, but whoa. I really don't want to struggle with a car that I'm holding on for a dear life all the time. Looks fast. Let's just try one more lap. This is not going to work. It's just too loose and twitchy. It turns very sharply through the chicane though compared to other cars. I mean, it feels really fast. It takes the corners very, very nicely. It's very nimble through the chicanes. Whoa. It's got that snap oversteer. That you can dial out. Gets through those chicanes much easier than the other cars. But you can't get the power down, you've got to be very careful. It's actually a lot like the Porsche. You can get through the corners much easier. The problem is coming out the corners. So you can't really accelerate before it's pointing 100% forward. Let's see what we can do. So this you could probably just get used to, actually. That's a problem. You can't get on the gas. It's a lovely car to drive. Well, it's a lovely sounding car. I just don't think it's... I don't want to be in a car that wants to kill me every single time I get in it. Let's do one more lap. So I didn't choose the Toyota for a reason, and the same reason why I didn't choose the Peugeot. They're just fucking ugly. I just don't like how they look. I'm not going to drive something that looks ugly. Again, this car I can't drive. Okay, let's go on to the last car. It's the Acura, and this is the one I was looking forward to the most. Ho ho. Let's give it a nice blue paint job, shall we? Go. So at the moment it's going to be the Caddy. That's going to be our LMP of choice, or hypercar of choice. Okay, save setup, let's use baseline. So when I drove this in iRacing, I don't own the car, but when the servers are down for maintenance, you can drive all the other cars you don't own and test them. I did test this car, and it handled fantastic. It took the corners fantastic. That's why I've left it for last. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay. How can it pit limit now? I've disabled it. So it was enabled, and then I still got... Whoa, this doesn't feel at all like the one in Whoa! This doesn't feel at all like the car in iRacing. Sure, this car sounds shit as well. Okay, let's see what you got, buddy. Why is it some of the cars you can ride the curbs and the other ones you can't? went too deep. But I don't like this car. I can already tell you I don't like this car. I don't like how this car sounds either. There's a sound on there that like springs or something. And it's the same sound that's in the BMW GTE, the M8. And it's almost like they've copied and pasted that same sound from the BMW M8 GTE onto this car. That's how it sounds to me. There, you can hear that like screeching, squeaking in the background. That sound, that's the same sound that's in the BMW M8. They've really just gone and copied and pasted that sound into this car. Why, I don't know. That sound. Okay, there's no need. This is not a top contender. Okay, I just need to do one thing, guys. While I'm driving, I'm thinking, okay, we need to go back to this Aston. Silver. No, we don't want the silver one. It's goddamn ugly. Okay, when I drove this, I was still getting used to it. I've just got to... I just want to give it another go and just try and compare it. We got to, because I was still learning the track, learning the braking. This one does deserve a second go. Okay, all the settings are still the same. This one definitely deserves a second look. So this car doesn't have an electric battery, you can see it. So why is it starting on battery? I don't understand that. Am I dumb or what? This shouldn't go off like this, because as far as I'm aware, this is a battery. That's battery, but this thing doesn't have a battery. I don't know if I'm dumb or... Is a pit limit limiter on? Disabled. Enabled.
Hammer down now.
So the reason why I just wanted to have a second look at this car is because I was still learning all of my braking points when I drove this car, and I think I can go faster with it now. Let's see how we go. I'm sure we'll get a 139, maybe even a 138 in this car. I'm sure we can get a 138 out of this car. Too much, Steve-O. I don't know why it would give you a track limits warning when you're clearly going slower than what you would have been when you're on the racing line anyway. Because that would be for like gaining time. You definitely didn't gain any time. I think this is going to be the car, guys. I wish you could give me a delta for my lap time, because we did make a mistake in the beginning somewhere. Oh yeah, I was over here. I'm pretty certain we can get a 138 in this car. It really jumps forward when you change gear. That's quite a nice effect. So this should be a clean lap. Gonna do one more. 139.5. So we actually lost 3 tenths there. Six tenths, 7 tenths. Eight tenths, 9 tenths. And that was including making a mistake. We actually got an extra 310, so we would have actually got this down to a 137, I think. We would have got this down to 137. I think this is our car, guys. This is 100% our car. Okay, let's go to cockpit. Oh, we don't want. Yes, we want cockpit sector. Seat position. I think it's there. Okay, save. Okay. Because you kind of want that to go onto your steering wheel. You want it to look like in spec. Okay. Return to pit. Vehicle setup. Okay. I don't think we need to change anything in the steering rack. I actually just want to... It was about 5, huh? I don't really want to adjust that at the moment. This is what I want to adjust. Let's just... Oh, it wasn't doing that before. Okay. We need to change that steering. Yeah, I'm just going to go out of here, return to pit, vehicle setup, tire suspension. Okay, we need to do this. Definitely. Okay, this I'm just spitballing actually, because it's just got more grip. Brake pressure's fine, brake bias. Let's just try that, because I know what everything affects. Much better. So the bias is actually fine. The coming out the corners is better. The turning in is fine. You can turn in much sharper. You can brake ladder, turn in much sharper. Car's a bit much more nimble. It's much more nimble, or it feels a lot more nimble. I can just power out the corners. This lap time should be much faster. The braking's a lot sharper with the bias. I can't tell if we're faster or not because of the bars at the top are not moving. Is that going to give me a... Oh man. Now we're not going to know what this freaking lap time is. Okay, well we're not going to know what this lap time is. Let's try set another one. No track limits, buddy. Thank you. Are we slower? I went too deep in that corner. Okay. I was supposed to brake at the 100 there. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, this is the lap. We need to get a full lap in here. No mistakes, Steven. I turned in a little early there. I've no idea what this time is because it's not showing us. Come on, show us our time, buddy. 1:36. Okay, so we're going to save this as our baseline vehicle setup. Let's just save it. Save setup as our baseline. Okay, now I want to go to the suspension. That should make it a bit more pointy. So this is the last setting I'm going to do for this video. This should make it a bit more oversteery. Yep, you can see already, maybe I've gone a bit far. Cold tires, cold tires, cold tires. Okay, so the next lap, we're going to do 2 more laps and just see if that change makes a difference. I think I've gone a bit far, but I'm not going to search for dialing it back and all that, because we're only looking for a baseline setup. All we're really doing is looking for a baseline. We're not going to race this car too often because I don't really race hypercars, but if it's there and there's nothing else, we'll drive it. Definitely feel a lot faster through there. I feel like the car turns in a lot better. So we would need to play around with the bias as well at some point. I think I've gone a little bit far with that setting, to be very honest. I've overcooked it. Let's go do one more lap. Why did that lap time not register? So we are faster, but I still think I've gone a bit too far. Okay, so that's about another second off our time. It's just time in the car. How is that slower? I thought it said 136 just now. Anyway, okay. So this setup, I think I've definitely gone a little bit too far. So that setup, I'm not actually going to save. Put setup, load setup. Okay, baseline. Okay, guys. So I know people ask. This is our setup for our baseline. Then obviously when we come to a track, we will be adjusting the tires and the suspension. Yeah, because I went to 40, 100, I think. I went to 30, 100. I dropped it by 40 and I raised it. Okay. But I definitely went a bit far. And that's the diff. I'm quite happy with this. I will obviously mess about with this a little bit further on. But that's our setup, guys. And this is our car. We're going to choose the Aston Martin. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I'm going to make another channel announcement video just now. So anyway, have a super evening. Goodbye.